There is a fundamental truth that echoes through the corridors of human biology. We are built not only by what we think or what we feel. If you want to build the architecture of a powerful mind, a resilient body, and a purpose-driven life, then you must begin with the raw materials that construct that life. And among those raw materials, proteins reign supreme. Now, many search for the most potent protein source. Some look to powders, others to plants, and still others to exotic animals or synthetic substitutes. But the truth, grounded in decades of molecular biology and neuroscience, points us to something so simple, so ancient, and yet so divinely engineered: the egg. This isn't just food. It is a blueprint, a biological miracle, an entire self-contained life system designed by nature to become anything, to build anything. And when we consume it, we inherit that potential. Inside the egg is not just protein, it is complete protein. It is complete protein. That means every single essential amino acid your body cannot make is there in perfect proportion. These amino acids are the code for every enzyme, every neurotransmitter, every muscle fiber in your body. When you eat an egg, you are feeding your brain the materials it needs to form memory, to spark focus, to ignite creativity. The yolk, so often feared, is the treasure, rich in choline. It fuels acetylcholine, the molecule of alertness, of action, of learning. Without it, you're not just tired, you're lost, you're directionless. But with it, you become a vessel of purpose. Your thoughts crystallize, your mind sharpens, and you move through the world not just aware, but awakened. There's more. The egg carries leucine, which unlocks the mTOR pathway, the very mechanism through which your muscles regenerate, your cells rebuild, and your body renews. One egg at sunrise is a signal to your biology. We are building today. We are growing. We are alive. And let's talk about hunger, both physical and spiritual. An egg silences false hunger by engaging satiety hormones that tell your body, oh, we are fed, we are balanced, we are safe. When your biology feels safe, your mind becomes clear. And from that clarity, decisions become powerful. Movements become intentional. Lives become extraordinary. Even cholesterol, long misunderstood, plays a role here. It is not the enemy. It is the cornerstone of your hormonal landscape. Without it, testosterone falters, cortisol misfires, and energy wanes. With it, properly balanced, you recover faster, sleep deeper, and lead with strength. The egg does not just nourish the body, it protects it. With lutein and zeaxanthin, it guards your vision, your neurons, your future. It prepares you for a life of longevity, not just in years, but in clarity, in presence, in fire. So if you want to eat with intention, start here. If you want to train your body, sharpen your mind, and awaken your soul, start here. The egg is not just food. It is a divine code. Accessible. It is a divine code. Accessible. Unrivaled. And remember this, your biology is your ally. Give it what it truly needs, and it will not just serve you, it will elevate you into the person you were designed to be. Eggs are considered one of the most complete protein sources available in nature because they contain all 9 essential amino acids in the exact proportions that the human body needs. These essential amino acids, histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, phenylalanine, tryptophan, valine, cannot be synthesized by the body and must be obtained through diet. The significance of having them in a single balanced food source cannot be overstated, especially when it comes to cellular repair, tissue growth, enzyme production, and neurotransmitter synthesis. What synthesis? When a person consumes an egg, the body absorbs and utilizes nearly all of its protein content, making eggs not only complete, but also highly bioavailable. The biological value, BV, of eggs is 100, which is the standard by which all other proteins are measured. This means the body can efficiently incorporate egg-derived protein into its own structures without waste. For individuals focused on performance, recovery, or cognitive enhancement, this efficient uptake plays a critical role in fueling both the brain and the body. Full weight. Each egg contains approximately 6 to 7 grams of high-quality protein divided between the yolk and the white. While the whites are rich in albumin, a clean and efficient protein that supports lean muscle maintenance, the yolk contains unique protein compounds that also support immune function and hormone regulation. Beyond muscle building, the proteins in eggs are used to synthesize neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which play a crucial role in mood regulation, motivation, and sleep quality. What makes egg protein particularly unique is its anabolic effect. Because of its completeness and digestibility, consuming eggs after a fast, a workout, or even during periods of high cognitive demand allows the body to efficiently initiate protein synthesis, a process essential for repair and growth. Whether you're recovering from exercise, healing from injury, or simply aiming to maintain muscle mass during aging, eggs provide the foundational amino acids necessary for these tasks. Furthermore, the synergy of nutrients in eggs amplifies the impact of the protein itself. For instance, the presence of vitamin B12, riboflavin, and selenium in the yolk supports metabolic processes that depend on protein availability. This makes eggs not just a passive source of protein, but an active participant in optimizing how the body uses that protein, making them unmatched in their biological completeness and utility. The concept of biological value, or BV, refers to how efficiently the body can absorb and utilize the protein from a given food source. Among all dietary proteins, the egg holds the highest biological value, scoring a perfect 100. This means that the amino acids in eggs are not only complete in profile, but also arranged in a ratio that closely matches human requirements. As a result, the body is able to use almost all of the protein from eggs to build and repair its own tissues, with minimal waste or excess nitrogen excretion. This efficiency becomes especially important when discussing muscle synthesis, recovery, and long-term metabolic health. Unlike lower BV proteins that may require the body to pull amino acids from internal reserves or be paired with other foods to complete their profile, the protein in eggs stands alone in its sufficiency. So it supports the synthesis of enzymes, hormones, structural proteins, and neurotransmitters with remarkable speed and precision. This makes eggs an optimal choice, not just for athletes or bodybuilders, but for anyone aiming to maintain lean muscle mass, heal from injury, or optimize cognitive performance. Another factor that contributes to the high biological value of eggs is their digestibility. So, egg proteins, particularly ovalbumin in the white, are broken down easily and quickly by the digestive system. This rapid digestion ensures that amino acids are delivered to the bloodstream and tissues at the right time, particularly critical post-exercise or during growth phases when the body is in a heightened anabolic state. Studies have shown that egg protein stimulates muscle protein synthesis to a degree comparable to, or even better than, some more popular sources like whey when consumed at similar quantities. Beyond muscle, the high BV of eggs plays a role in brain function and immune response. So protein-derived amino acids such as tryptophan and tyrosine serve as precursors for neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. A highly bioavailable protein source ensures these building blocks are delivered without delay, supporting mood stability, focus, and motivation. Additionally, protein from eggs supports the production of immunoglobulins, enzymes, and repair mechanisms throughout the body. Because the body is an adaptive system that relies on efficiency, the ability to get maximum benefit from a modest intake of egg protein speaks to its unique power. It is nature's most efficient protein source, precisely because the body recognizes it as near perfect fuel. Choline is an essential nutrient that plays a foundational role in brain development, maintenance, and performance. One of the richest and most bioavailable sources of choline in the human diet is the egg yolk. Each egg contains approximately 125 milligrams of choline, making it one of the few foods that naturally provides this powerful brain-supporting compound in a meaningful amount. Choline serves as the precursor to acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter responsible for critical functions such as memory formation, attention, learning, and muscle control. Without sufficient choline intake, acetylcholine production becomes limited, leading to disruptions in cognitive clarity and focus. The impact of choline on brain health begins even before birth. During fetal development, choline is crucial for forming the neural tube and supporting the growth of brain cells. Adequate maternal choline levels have been linked to better cognitive outcomes in children, including improved memory and processing speed. This foundational role continues throughout life. In adulthood, choline helps maintain the structural integrity of cell membranes and supports the signaling pathways that enable efficient neural communication. Choline's influence on memory and learning is particularly well studied. Research has shown that higher dietary intake of choline is associated with improved verbal and visual memory, as well as a decreased risk of age-related cognitive decline. It has a protective effect on the hippocampus, the brain region responsible for memory consolidation and spatial navigation. In neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's disease, where acetylcholine levels are often reduced, choline's role becomes even more significant. Ensuring a steady intake through choline-rich foods like eggs may help preserve cognitive function and slow the progression of neurological impairment. But in addition to its neurotransmitter function, choline is involved in the methylation cycle, a biochemical process that influences gene expression, detoxification, and inflammation control. Proper methylation affects everything from mood regulation to long-term brain plasticity. Choline works synergistically with other B vitamins, such as folate and B12, to keep these processes running smoothly. A deficiency in choline can lead to elevated homocysteine levels, a known risk factor for cognitive decline and brain atrophy. The brain demands high-quality fuel to operate at full capacity, and choline is a non-negotiable part of that equation. Eggs, with their dense concentration of choline in an easily absorbed form, deliver precisely what the brain needs to function, repair, and evolve. Leucine is a branched-chain amino acid, BCA, that plays a uniquely powerful role in stimulating muscle protein synthesis. Unlike other amino acids that serve primarily as building blocks, leucine acts as a metabolic trigger, initiating the cellular processes that lead to muscle growth, repair, and adaptation. It activates the mTOR, mechanistic target of rapamycin pathway, a central regulator of cell growth and anabolic signaling. Without sufficient leucine, the mTOR switch remains off, and the body enters a state of protein conservation rather than growth. Eggs, particularly the whites and yolks together, provide a rich source of leucine in a highly bioavailable form, making them an ideal food for initiating and sustaining muscle protein synthesis. When eggs are consumed post-exercise or after periods of fasting, the leucine they contain helps shift the body from a catabolic breakdown state into an anabolic building state. This transition is crucial for recovery and long-term muscle development. Leucine signals muscle cells to begin assembling new proteins, a process that not only contributes to muscle size and strength, but also to metabolic efficiency and resilience against injury. In practical terms, consuming enough leucine can mean the difference between recovering fully from a workout or remaining in a state of fatigue and breakdown. The threshold for effective leucine intake per meal is roughly 2 to 3 grams for adults, which can be met with just a few whole eggs. This makes eggs a simple yet potent tool in any nutrition strategy aimed at muscle retention, especially important during aging when the body's responsiveness to protein becomes less efficient, a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance. Leucine-rich foods help overcome this resistance and maintain lean muscle mass, which in turn supports mobility, bone density, glucose regulation, and overall longevity. Beyond muscle, leucine also plays a role in mitochondrial biogenesis and insulin signaling. This means its effects extend to cellular energy production and metabolic flexibility, key components of sustained physical and cognitive performance. While protein shakes and supplements often highlight leucine content, whole foods like eggs offer a more complete and synergistic nutrient profile. In the context of real-world nutrition, eggs provide not just the leucine required to initiate muscle building, but also the accompanying nutrients needed to support the entire recovery and adaptation process. Eggs have a profound effect on satiety and metabolic health, making them an ideal food for those seeking weight management, appetite regulation, and metabolic stability. When consumed, eggs influence key hormonal pathways that regulate hunger and fullness, including ghrelin, GLP-1, glucagon-like peptide 1, and P-peptide EI. These hormones play critical roles in signaling the brain about the body's energy state. After eating eggs, levels of ghrelin, the hunger hormone, tend to decrease significantly, while levels of GLP-1 and PAI increase, promoting a strong sense of fullness and satisfaction. This hormonal response reduces the urge to overeat, helping to control caloric intake naturally without the need for willpower-based restriction. The balance of protein and healthy fats found in eggs contributes to their high satiety index. Unlike carbohydrate-heavy meals that often cause rapid spikes and crashes in blood glucose, eggs provide a slow, sustained release of energy. This stabilizes blood sugar levels and reduces insulin fluctuations, two key factors in preventing energy crashes, cravings, and fat storage. In particular, the inclusion of dietary fat from the yolk slows gastric emptying, meaning food stays in the stomach longer, extending feelings of fullness between meals. Eggs also contribute to improved insulin sensitivity and better lipid metabolism when consumed as part of a balanced diet. Studies have shown that starting the day with a high-protein egg-based breakfast can reduce overall daily calorie consumption and improve glycemic control, especially in individuals with insulin resistance or prediabetes. This makes eggs a strategic food choice, not just for weight loss, but also for long-term metabolic health and disease prevention. Another benefit is that the high-quality protein in eggs helps preserve lean muscle mass during caloric deficits, which is essential for maintaining a high resting metabolic rate. Muscle tissue burns more calories at rest than fat tissue, meaning that supporting muscle through protein-rich foods like eggs contributes indirectly to more efficient fat loss and metabolic performance over time. By impacting both the hormonal signals of appetite and the physiological processes of energy balance, eggs act as a powerful tool for regulating metabolism at multiple levels. They not only reduce short-term hunger, but also support the underlying systems that help maintain a healthy body composition, stable energy, and metabolic resilience over the long term. Eggs play a vital role in hormonal optimization due to their unique nutritional profile, particularly their content of dietary cholesterol, high-quality protein, and essential vitamins and minerals. Hormones are chemical messengers that regulate nearly every physiological function, from metabolism and mood to muscle growth, stress response, and reproductive health. Many of these hormones are synthesized from cholesterol, which serves as a foundational building block for steroid hormones such as testosterone and cortisol, estrogen, and progesterone. The cholesterol found in eggs, especially in the yolk, provides the raw material needed for the body to create and balance these hormones efficiently. Contrary to outdated beliefs that dietary cholesterol negatively impacts heart health, current research indicates that cholesterol from whole foods like eggs does not significantly raise LDL in most individuals. Instead, it supports the endocrine system by enabling optimal production of hormones that influence strength, recovery, energy levels, and emotional stability. For example, testosterone, crucial not only for men, but also for women in maintaining bone density, muscle mass, and vitality, depends on sufficient cholesterol availability. A lack of dietary cholesterol can impair this production, especially in active individuals whose bodies demand higher hormonal output. Eggs also provide essential nutrients that support hormone regulation beyond cholesterol. Vitamin D, present in the yolk, acts as a hormone in the body and plays a role in testosterone production and immune modulation. B vitamins such as B6 and B12 found in eggs are critical cofactors in the methylation cycle, which influences the detoxification of excess hormones and supports neurotransmitter synthesis. Proper methylation ensures hormonal signals remain clear, balanced, and effective across systems. The protein content in eggs further contributes by stabilizing blood sugar and insulin levels, an essential factor in hormonal harmony. Chronic blood sugar spikes can lead to insulin resistance, which negatively affects the balance of other hormones like estrogen, leptin, and cortisol. So, by promoting satiety and reducing glucose volatility, eggs help maintain a hormonal environment that favors fat burning, muscle repair, and cognitive clarity. For both men and women, hormonal health is a cornerstone of vitality, emotional regulation, and long-term well-being. Eggs offer a biologically intelligent combination of cholesterol, micronutrients, and amino acids that directly nourish the endocrine system. They provide the body with the precise materials it needs to create, balance, and optimize hormones naturally and sustainably. Eggs contain powerful neuroprotective antioxidants, particularly lutein and zeaxanthin, which are concentrated in the yolk and play a critical role in preserving brain and eye health. While these carotenoids are more commonly associated with vision, recent research has shown that they also accumulate in key areas of the brain, such as the frontal cortex and hippocampus, regions responsible for memory, decision-making, and emotional regulation. Their presence in these brain areas is not coincidental. It reflects their active role in defending neural tissue from oxidative stress and inflammation, two major drivers of cognitive decline and neurodegeneration. Oxidative stress occurs when there is an imbalance between free radicals and the body's ability to neutralize them with antioxidants. Over time, unchecked oxidative damage can impair the function of neurons, degrade cellular membranes, and interfere with neurotransmission. With lutein and zeaxanthin help counteract this process by neutralizing reactive oxygen species and protecting lipid-rich brain tissue from degradation. This function is particularly vital as the brain consumes a high amount of oxygen relative to its size and is highly susceptible to oxidative damage due to its lipid-rich environment. Studies have demonstrated that individuals with higher levels of lutein and zeaxanthin in their diets tend to perform better on cognitive tasks, especially those involving processing speed and memory. These antioxidants may also slow the progression of age-related cognitive decline, offering a layer of protection against conditions like Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. Importantly, the bioavailability of lutein and zeaxanthin is significantly higher when they are consumed from eggs compared to vegetables like spinach or kale, largely due to the presence of fat in the yolk, which enhances absorption. Beyond long-term brain preservation, lutein and zeaxanthin contribute to short-term cognitive performance by supporting neuronal integrity and reducing neuroinflammation. Chronic inflammation in the brain can interfere with mood regulation, focus, and executive function. By reducing inflammatory markers and stabilizing neural membranes, these antioxidants help create an internal environment more conducive to sustained attention and emotional balance. Eggs offer a uniquely efficient way to deliver these brain supportive compounds, making them not just a nutritional food, but a functional one. The synergy between their antioxidants, healthy fats, and protein content supports not only brain protection, but also optimal neural function and longevity across the lifespan. In a world overflowing with complexity and choice, the simplicity and perfection of the egg stands as a divine reminder. Nature has already provided what the body and brain truly need. Within its humble shell lies a complete protein, unmatched in biological value, rich in leucine to build muscle, loaded with choline to sharpen the mind, and packed with antioxidants to protect and preserve the brain. It fuels hormonal balance, stabilizes metabolism, sustains satiety, and nurtures every system that governs human vitality. The egg is not merely food, it is instruction. It is molecular wisdom encoded in form. To consume it is not just to eat, but to engage in a daily ritual of nourishment that aligns us with how the body was designed to operate. Resilient, adaptive, and thriving. If you are serious about performance, longevity, and unlocking the full expression of your biology, then do not overlook the most complete protein source ever given to us. Respect it. Use it. Let it serve as a daily anchor of health in a distracted world. The path to transformation doesn't always lie in complexity. Sometimes it begins with a single egg